We are at the Queen's Head on a Sunday afternoon of all things, and we've just seen Anarchistwood do a blinding set, and now we're going to have a chat with a couple of them. This is John Murphy TV, and this is Anarchistwood.
Hello!
Hello! So first of all, I was addressed Frank, but you call yourself Frank Cutter, but that can't be your real name, can it? Is it?
Funk Cutter, to my friends.
Funk Cutter. One album you've even called yourself Lady Muck, haven't you?
No, that was a dancer of ours.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that wasn't. Yes, that was a dancer.
Is it your name on it?
No, I was Sister Kissed when there was a Lady Muck involved.
Ah,
yeah,
right, okay.
Sister Kissed, as in the sister of Anarchist. But I got fed up with that.
Sister of Anarchist.
Yeah,
oh, that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. So when were Anarchistwood formed? 2002, I read. Did I read? I
Should be 5, I think.
Oh, 5, yeah. 2005.
Got a paper upside down.
Yeah. Apologies.
Is your base thing?
Oh, see, this is Scarlett Carson, our us.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
It's definitely not mine.
Yeah.
So just get the names quick here. We got Frank Cutter, the main vocalist. Mitch bass
Flacco.
player, this gentleman, tuba player.
Glen, the horn player.
Horn player, excellent horn player. The drummer is shy, so we have
Yeah. And I got
a new guitarist too. He was pretty good. Is he new?
No, he's not that new. He's been around. He's been around longer than our drummer, who's been around 6 years, so 7 years.
Been in the band.
Yeah.
Has
But
he?
yeah.
You had 2 guitarists.
Yeah.
He turns up occasionally. Before it's like in the past, it's sort of like first time I met him was on stage. It's like, hello, I play guitar with Anarchistwood. It's like, hi, what's your name? Okay, let's play. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I liked his style. I thought it was good.
Yeah, he's very
Yeah,
good.
so in 2005, who was forming the band?
It was myself and Candy Flip, aka Paul.
That's the guitarist. Sadly, we lost Paul. And you were married to Paul, weren't you?
Handfasted, yeah.
Yeah,
At Avebury.
Celtic wedding. Well, just as real to us anyway. Does the state recognise handfasting weddings?
No. Well, common law wife and the rest of it went out years ago, didn't it?
Is it finished?
Yeah, that finished a long time ago.
It doesn't stand anymore. I didn't know that. How about that? You better watch out, you people living together. You don't have the rights you thought you had. Right, so that you formed in 2005. That was you and Paul. You two as a marriage. Were you married then?
We were handfasted then.
Yeah. So you were a partnership that became the kernel of this band.
Yeah.
And you people think of you as a punk band, don't they? But I wouldn't call you a punk band by miles.
Depends what the definition is.
Depends on the definition of punk. I call it punk band because I think punk is like do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And so
that's very true. Yeah.
So there's bands like Beirut who aren't doing loud, fast music because of their attitude, the way they formed, how they do things. I consider them to be a punk band. There's other bands. I think it's more to do with an attitude than a musical style.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the.
It's about freedom of expression and sort of liberty to say whatever you want to say in whatever format you want to say it.
77 and 78. There are a lot of bands. They were more clever than just a 3-chord thrash. As are you. You shift and change all over the place. What was the idea behind it then? Did you have any great vision of it, or did you just grow?
Paul was very involved with doing things like the Invisibles. He wanted to make it like a comic book. That's what he wanted the whole thing to look like.
Almost like a circus. Art house cross with circus kind of thing. I even wrote that down here somewhere.
He was also very keen on Parliament and that kind of
band Parliament. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they'll have a huge amount
an air
of people.
LSD about you all.
Funnily enough, wafting in the breeze.
Well, where is it? Give it here now.
When he was tripping in there this afternoon, they would have dropped quite off on that, I'd imagine. Certainly your choice of vocals, because you've got a nice voice, but you're quite wacky with your voice, aren't you? And then you go into a conventional song, but even singing that, you tend to take it off on a slant, don't you? Have you always sung like that, or did you sing traditionally?
No, I sang along a lot with jazz as a child and show tunes because my parents were really into musicals.
So there was always a slant on it. Not
and a lot of comedy.
Conventional.
Yeah,
setting.
No.
Mitch has been in loads of other bands, hasn't he? But you're an Ager in the Womb.
Yeah.
And this kind of took over from that a bit, hasn't it?
Oh no!
Well, not took over. But
It's Hagar don't play very often.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
you do.
as you can see, that I'm a bit of a poser. I need to play.
He needs to get his
we all know that about you. That very tame suit you're wearing doesn't show.
There's more than just a suit.
We don't
Mitch,
notice
I'll tell
it.
you.
Yeah, it's more than just a suit, isn't it? He's a made-up face as well.
Well, that sort of came with Anarchistwood. I don't know if you made up previously.
No.
Because when I was in conversation with Pete Fender online about I needed a bass player, and I said, do you think it'd be too terrible to ask Mitch to play for us? And I thought, because I said I really, really don't want to steal him from the Hags because he's important as there. And then I said to Pete Fender, all right, well maybe if he dresses in drag and heels and makeup, clown makeup. So we decided there would be a red dress and high heels. And when he turned up on stage, I was quite disappointed actually.
Down in that.
Yeah.
So you have also, I would say, a kind of mass media thing going on. You've got your show with the visuals.
Yeah.
Which you do, don't you? They're really.
I've been doing video projections as a VJ in squat parties and clubs and all sorts since the 90s.
Oh, yeah, they're excellent as well.
Yeah, and that was something Paul and I did together. So the Punkvert bit comes from his and my VJing, which was already happening before we did the band. And we did electronic music before that.
Okay, I'll come back. I'm going to come back to that in a second. But what brings a tuba player into the band? Just quickly get that. Make sure I don't miss that question.
Well,
Because that's an interesting instrument to have in a punk avant-garde band.
I come from the connection with Anarchistwood anyway. It's coming from a brass outfit called Brunk. It's basically,
right, I saw that name on a couple of t-shirts.
Yeah.
Brunk.
So brass punk basically is it's a compendium of that, and what we do is basically kind of a street band doing famous, well-known punk tunes on brass instruments. Yeah. So instead of having the floral dance or whatever kind of colliery band style, we played it, Clash and
A couple of moments in the sound, it was almost like there was a bass synth in it, and it was the tuba.
Well, it's an extra texture. That's one thing that we can do.
That's excellent. That fills it out really well. Just as good as a synth would have.
Oh well,
and it's a live bit of playing with a.
Frank having a trumpet, it's kind of like the baritone is always like a counterpoint to that. It's low, it's an octave lower, and just fattens out the trumpet sound a bit.
It really does.
On the recent album, Chiasmata, myself and another couple of people out of Brunk were invited to do some brass parts for a couple of the tracks on the album, which is coming out real soon.
Yeah, Chiasmata, our new album. Chiasmata,
you have very odd sales. You've got 3 albums, haven't you done before? Blessed are the Cracked.
Yeah.
Situation Normal.
That's number 2.
The Nasty album.
Number 3.
And the singles are even. Now this is something I wanted to ask you. You've got 2 singles stroke 12 inches. One of them's called Flowers in the Dustbin, right?
It's a split single.
Split single with the band Cool Flowers in the Dustbin.
I know a guy from that.
Get Gerard.
George. Or what's
Gerard.
Gerard.
Yes. That was under Grow Your Own. That's our first contact with Grow Your Own. Gary Oscar invited us to do a split single. So we did Bombing and Luggage Rack, which was off the Nasty album.
Bombing and Luggage Rack
is us, yeah.
It's a joint single with Flowers in the Dust.
And Tears of the Clown, I think.
Tears of the Clown.
Yeah, their song's Tears of the Clown.
Bombing and Luggage Rack is very suggestive. I got caught asleep in a luggage rack.
Did you have to pay a penalty fare?
I hadn't paid my fare. They threw us all off the train. There was loads of about 8 of us.
You should have upgraded to a sleeper ticket. So I haven't played a couple of tracks on the album, kind of like just to close out that thought. Frank was saying, well, how about, could you do this live? Yeah, sure, I'm happy to do that.
What's your name?
I'm Glen.
Glen. Wow, that's excellent. So this new album, say that title again.
Chiasmata. And just before you
What's
say that,
Chiasmata?
Chiasmata, 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 and
it's one word, not 2. I thought it was Chiasmata.
No, it's one word, and it's to do with, because I did a degree in microbiology and genetics, and it's to do with the sticky bits at the ends of the chromosomes when they're splitting apart. They swap. Sticky bits. It's all about the sticky bits in meiosis, which is how you produce gametes, which is the gametes, which are the eggs and sperm. And so
the little egg bits the gamete, is it?
Yeah, well, there's the egg and the sperm. So the gametes, if they were all the same, if they just split like cloning, we'd all look exactly like our parents. Like all the girls would look like the mum and all the boys would look like the dad. But because they split apart, we get a variation of genes from different places, and because they split up. So every every gamete is slightly different, which is why we bear resemblance to our parents, but we don't necessarily look exactly like.
Right, so it gets
Yeah, so the chiasmata is about the jumbling up, and that's how evolution happens. And if we didn't have that, then there would not be evolution. So
no, we'd all be inbreds, wouldn't we?
yes, we are in South London, however. So.
Oh,
Behave!
Which is where I was born.
I can Punkvert TV, is that you?
Yeah.
What is Punkvert TV?
So Punkvert was the brand that Paul and I developed together, which was the video to start with. And then we used that as the website for the events we were putting on, which were called Subterfuge. And they were cabaret, DJs, visuals, spoken word kind of thing. And then that, after we started the band, then we started doing more live music in the events.
Ah, right. So you have a big thing with showmanship, don't you? Definitely.
I try.
So,
haven't brought it with me today.
the band was going very well. It seemed a strange time to lose a member to get so depressed and take his own life like that.
I think lockdown didn't help, and loss of routine didn't help, and the routine of his anyway would have been doing practice, writing tunes, doing art, doing a gig and having a big blowout.
It all took away from.
And then that didn't happen anymore.
Yeah, well, you hear that? You hear what that? See, people think lockdown was so sensible and so smart, but it's really caused a lot of ill health in people. I'd say I've suffered for one, for sure.
We also have to know is the fact is lots of people were doing these social services were overwhelmed during lockdown, and that was again like one of the problems. Paul didn't get the help that he would have normally got and should have got.
Yeah.
And lots of other people around. It's lockdown. It's like, okay, well, we've protected the vulnerable here and we've ignored the vulnerable there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bang on. That's very true, isn't it?
And I think a lot of that protecting the vulnerable is in word only, not in actuality. It's just the government trying to score points, but who are they actually helping other than themselves?
I saw this list of videos on YouTube. Flipper.
Yes.
Underground and Beyond, Retro and Mouse in the Shed.
You're looking at all the oldies.
You can look those up on YouTube. If you want. These are properly made videos, are they?
That stump flipper
What's a
was.
stump?
It's the story of a dolphin.
It's a damaged dolphin who swims round and round in circles. Yeah, it was developed, that tune was changed somewhat for my sister's 40th birthday that we played at up in Yorkshire. And she brought all the local families and their children, and so we quickly changed the words to some flipper and told the story about poor little dolphin. And
No mention of any sprinkler then.
no, well, there was a slight Annie sprinkler, but yeah.
Are you filming again?
I like this title as well. Vagrant and Beyond. Is it?
Yeah, the tune was called Vagrant, and we did it at a place called Beyond Retro, which is a clothes shop in Brick Lane. I'm not sure if it's still there actually.
Down a really long road, we suddenly didn't know where we were. Everything's disappeared. All my vagrancies led me to the Beyond now. And I suppose retro's retro. What's this Mouse in the Shed then?
That was a practice of a tune called Mouse that I wrote after watching a performing artist called Mouse do her show at the Big Chill in 2008. And she does an amazing show that is well worth seeing, but you have to wear raincoats.
You have to wear what?
Raincoats. You might get a bit wet.
She was a funny crowd, don't she? Raincoats. You know, some of the chaps.
Use your imagination.
They
They're
did.
the tracksuit probably there.
Trousers cut just a bit above the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a string. So where the band's name then? Who chose the band's name?
Me.
Does it have any specific meanings?
Well,
just
lots
a play
of
on words,
a lot
or?
of the things because I write the lyrics and I'm a bit wordy. The punkvert thing came of what I used to call Paul a punkvert because he was a punk and a pervert. And
Right.
Anarchistwood was a description of his morning
And
glory.
you married him. Sorry,
Anarchistwood is a description of his morning glory because I used to say, "Hi, Anarchistwood," and then he
Morning
said,
wood.
"That would be."
I don't know if questions should have got asked. Now we can't have the younger audience, can we? Can't have the kids now.
And he said that sounds like a, yeah.
Sounds like a great name for a band.
Yeah, he said it was a great name for a band, so we went for it. But then we found that with a name like Anarchistwood, you can't get taken seriously by anyone, and the anarchists won't have you either if they find out what it means.
So true outsiders, basically. They were really on the
In there,
margins.
we had a very niche audience.
What's the name of the guitarist?
The Wasp.
The Wasp.
The Wasp, that's his nickname, the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also in another band called Old Ernie.
Old
Ernie, which is brilliant.
And drummer's name?
Our drummer, Scarlett Carson. Scarlett, half-goy, pussy magnet of Oxfordshire, Carson.
I shan't try to repeat it. I watched
Tart that he is.
Tart that he is, yeah.
This lineup you are now, apart from Wasp and
Glenn and Mitch.
Mitch is not original then.
No, there's only me that's the original member now.
True source.
Just me.
Yeah, I have that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Five times that's true.
Yeah, we all worship at Frank's source of,
I feed them all from my breath.
Yeah, she's the
Fishy.
mother. She's the mother.
Oh, you're the mother of them all. Yeah, you're the creator.
She's the yoni. You can't say cunt, can we?
The way he's doing this thing with you, with the appearance and everything, works really well. The burlesque aspect he's given, and he's running out in the crowd.
Oh, he's very good like that.
If only he doesn't pick on me.
Did you jump out your
Scary
skin?
looking man.
I got shot by the bass today.
At least he didn't throw up on you because that's been done.
So how long have you been in Anarchistwood?
It's 4 years now, is it? Yeah,
Or maybe not.
maybe a bit longer. It's
Yeah, it was December the 21st, but I'm not sure which year.
Bizarrely specific recollection.
It was at Vinyl, I remember that.
yeah, it was all that. Yeah, and it's it's like
Yeah, we used to do a lot of stuff at Vinyl.
Yeah, right.
With Ron and Jenny.
yeah. So Pete Fender again came along to me, like I said, Anarchistwood are thinking of asking you to be a bassist, but they're too scared to ask you.
I was like,
It's like-
It was. We had a blind date.
Scary looking
We had a
man.
blind date.
I'm thinking, like a nice boy like me, how can anyone be scared of me?
well, he is terrifying. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Want to ask anything, John? Any other questions? Have I missed anything you wanted to ask?
Plug the album.
gig coming?
When's this video coming out? Have we got time to say?
What do you want to say?
I was going to say, when's the video going out?
We
Because
can tell you we've got
Probably tomorrow.
okay, so
next Saturday at the castle.
next Saturday at the castle with rites of Hadar and Jelly and Zentrum Tantrum
The castle where?
in
Commercial
Commercial
Street.
Road.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Is it Road or Street?
Road, Commercial
Yeah,
Road,
yeah,
E1.
That's a comment.
Yeah,
that's a
near
thing,
Old Gate,
that's it.
and it's free, and it starts at 7, and well, donations are very welcome. And then after that, we're playing Loud Women at the Hope and Anchor in Islington with Deuxes, and I'm not sure who else actually.
Date.
Was it Deuxes? Do you
What
know?
date?
February
Oh,
12th.
February 12th. Yeah, February 12th.
Well, you heard that. The next two, you can get to them. So, thank you very much, Anarchistwood. Been a
Thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Cheers.
Absolute pleasure.
Cheers, Chris. Nice
Thank
to see
you.
you. Thanks for
Cheers, Chris.
taking the time.
Oh, I was
Thanks,
honoured.
John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, welcome.